Tra-la! I am smiling a big adopted orphan smile as I write this. I'm embarrassed at how happy I am, like some Technicolor comic of a teenage girl talking on the phone with my hair in a ponytail, the bubble above my head saying, I met a boy. But I did. This is a technical, empirical truth. I met a boy, a great, gorgeous dude, a funny, cool-ass guy. Let me set the scene, because it deserves setting for posterity. No, please, I'm not that far gone. Posterity? But still. It's not New Year's, but still very much the new year. It's winter, early dark, freezing cold. Carmen, a newish friend, semi-friend, barely friend, the kind of friend you can't cancel on, has talked me into going out to Brooklyn, to one of her writers' parties. Now, I like a writer party. I like writers. I am the child of writers. I am a writer. I still love scribbling that word, writer, anytime a form, questionnaire, document asks for my occupation. Fine, I write personality quizzes. I don't write about the great issues of the day, but I think it's fair to say I am a writer. I'm using this journal to get better, actually, to hone my skills, to collect details and observations, to show, don't tell, and all that other writery crap. Adopted orphan smile? I mean, that's not bad. Come on. But really, I do think my quizzes alone qualify me on at least an honorary basis, right? At a party, you find yourself surrounded by genuine, talented writers, employed at high-profile, respected newspapers and magazines. You merely write quizzes for women's rags. When someone asks what you do for a living, you A. Get embarrassed and say, I'm just a quiz writer, it's silly stuff. B. Go on the offense. I'm a writer now, but I'm considering something more challenging and worthwhile. Why? What do you do? C. Take pride in your accomplishments. I write personality quizzes using the knowledge gleaned from my master's degree in psychology. Oh, and fun fact, I am the inspiration for a beloved children's book series. I'm sure you know it. Amazing, Amy? Yeah, so suck it, snob douche. Answer? C. Totally C. Anyway, the party is being thrown by one of Carmen's good friends, who writes about movies for a movie magazine, and is very funny, according to Carmen. I worry for a second that she wants to set us up. I am not interested in being set up. I need to be ambushed, caught unawares, like some sort of feral love jackal. I'm too self-conscious otherwise. I feel myself trying to be charming, and then I realize I'm obviously trying to be charming, and then I try to be even more charming to make up for the fake charm, and then I've basically turned into Liza Minnelli. I'm dancing in tights and sequins, begging you to love me. There's a bowler and jazz hands and lots of teeth. But no, I realize, as Carmen gushes on about her friend, she likes him. Good. We climb 3 flights of warped stairs and walk into a whoosh of body heat and writerness. Many black framed glasses and mops of hair. Faux western shirts and heathery turtlenecks. Black wool peacoats flopped all across the couch, puddling to the floor. A German poster for the getaway, covering one pink-cracked wall. Franz Ferdinand on the stereo. Take me out. A clump of guys hovers near a card table where all the alcohol is set up, tipping more booze into their cups after every few sips, all too aware of how little is left to go around. I nudge in, aiming my plastic cup in the center like a busker, get a clatter of ice cubes and a splash of vodka from a sweet-faced guy wearing a Space Invaders t-shirt. A lethal-looking bottle of green apple liqueur, the host's ironic purchase, will soon be our fate unless someone makes a booze run, and that seems unlikely, as everyone clearly believes they made the run last time. It is a January party, definitely. Everyone's still glutted and sugar-pissed from the holidays, lazy and irritated simultaneously. A party where people drink too much and pick cleverly worded fights, blowing cigarette smoke out an open window even after the host asks them to go outside. We've already talked to one another at 1,000 holiday parties. We have nothing left to say. We are collectively bored. But we don't want to go back into the January cold. Our bones still ache from the subway steps. I have lost Carmen to her host. They are having an intense discussion in a corner of the kitchen, the two of them hunching their shoulders, their faces toward each other, the shape of a heart. Good. I think about eating to give myself something to do besides standing in the center of the room, smiling like the new kid in the lunchroom. But almost everything is gone. Some potato chip shards sit in the bottom of a giant Tupperware bowl. A supermarket deli tray full of hoary carrots and gnarled celery and a seamany dip sits untouched on a coffee table, cigarettes littered throughout it like bonus vegetable sticks. I am doing my thing, my impulsive thing. What if I leap from the theater balcony right now? What if I tongue the homeless man across from me on the subway? What if I sit down on the floor of this party by myself and eat everything on that deli tray, including the cigarettes? Please don't eat anything in that area, he says. It is him. Bum, bum, bum. But I don't yet know it's him. Bum, bum, bum. I know it's a guy who will talk to me. He wears his cockiness like an ironic t-shirt, but it fits him better. He is the kind of guy who carries himself like he gets laid a lot. A guy who likes women. A guy who would actually fuck me properly. I would like to be fucked properly. My dating life seems to rotate around 3 types of men. Preppy Ivy Leaguers who believe their characters in a Fitzgerald novel. Slick Wall Streeters with money signs in their eyes, their ears, their mouths. And sensitive smart boys who are so self-aware that everything feels like a joke. The Fitzgerald fellows tend to be ineffectively porny in bed, a lot of noise and acrobatics to very little end. The finance guys turn rageful and flaccid. The smart boys fuck like they're composing a piece of math rock. This hand strums around here, and then this finger offers a nice bass rhythm. I sound quite slutty, don't I? Pause while I count how many. 11. Not bad. I've always thought 12 was a solid, reasonable number to end at. Seriously, number 12 continues. Back away from the tray. James has up to 3 other food items in his refrigerator. I could make you an olive with mustard. Just one olive, though. Just one olive, though. It is a line that is only a little funny, but it already has the feel of an inside joke. One that will get funnier with nostalgic repetition. I think, a year from now we will be walking along the Brooklyn Bridge at sunset, and one of us will whisper, "Just one olive, though," and then we'll start to laugh. Then I catch myself. Awful. If he knew I was doing a year from now already, he'd run, and I'd be obligated to cheer him on. Mainly, I will admit, I smile because he's gorgeous. Distractingly gorgeous. The kind of looks that make your eyes pinwheel, that make you want to address the elephant. You know you're gorgeous, right? And move on with the conversation. I bet dudes hate him. He looks like the rich boy villain in an 80s teen movie, the one who bullies the sensitive misfit, the one who will end up in a pie in the pus, the whipped cream wilting his upturned collar as everyone in the cafeteria cheers. He doesn't act that way, though. His name is Nick. I love it. It makes him seem nice and regular, which he is. When he tells me his name, I say, "Now that's a real name." He brightens and reels off some line. Nick, the kind of guy you can drink a beer with. The kind of guy who doesn't mind if you puke in his car. Nick. He makes a series of awful puns. I catch 3/4 of his movie references. 2/3, maybe. He refills my drink without me having to ask, somehow ferreting out one last cup of the good stuff. He has claimed me, placed a flag in me. I was here first. She is mine. Mine. It feels nice, after my recent series of nervous, respectful, post-feminist men, to be a territory. He has a great smile, a cat's smile. He should cough out yellow Tweety bird feathers, the way he smiles at me. He doesn't ask what I do for a living, which is fine, which is a change. He talks to me in his river-wavy Missouri accent. He was born and raised outside of Hannibal, the boyhood home of Mark Twain, the inspiration for Tom Sawyer. He tells me he worked on a steamboat when he was a teenager, dinner and jazz for the tourists. And when I laugh, bratty New York girl who has never ventured to those big, unwildly middle states, those states where many other people live. He informs me that Missouri is a magical place. the most beautiful in the world. No state more glorious. His eyes are mischievous. His lashes are long. I can see what he looked like as a boy. We share a taxi home, the streetlights making dizzy shadows and the car speeding as if we were being chased. It is 1 a.m. when we hit one of New York's unexplained deadlocks, 12 blocks from my apartment. So we slide out of the taxi into the cold, into the great, what next? And Nick starts walking me home, his hand on the small of my back, our faces stunned by the chill. As we turn the corner, the local bakery is getting its powdered sugar delivered, funneled into the cellar by the barrelful as if it were cement, and we can see nothing but the shadows of the delivery men in the white, sweet cloud. The street is billowing, and Nick pulls me close and smiles that smile again, and he takes a single lock of my hair between two fingers and runs them all the way to the end, tugging twice, like he's ringing a bell. His eyelashes are trimmed with powder, and before he leans in, he brushes the sugar from my lips so he can taste me.